There is a pretty good chance that you do not need a brand new smartphone. What is up, internet? How are you people? Today's video, I'm going to talk about how your old smartphone is probably the best smartphone for you. You just don't know it yet. There's a lot of people out there that have a perfectly good smartphone in their pocket. It's either slowed down or the battery's gotten really bad. The main thing everyone thinks, just get a new phone, which is fine, especially if you have one of those crazy carrier deals. Instead of spending almost $1,000 or more, you could spend less than 10% of that and have your current device do almost everything a new one can. Allow me to explain. Last year, I upgraded to the iPhone 16 Pro, upgraded from the 15 Pro, and there wasn't really anything special about that device. Yeah, going from the 15 Pro to the 16 Pro gave us the camera button and some slightly changed things with the camera and stuff like that. But after using the 16 Pro for a few days, I realized that I wasn't getting $1,000 worth of use out of it. I buy my stuff unlocked. I don't do any carrier contracts. I don't do any carrier deals. I pay full price once, and I use prepaid service, which is really cheap, really reliable. To me, it's worth not dealing with the headache of constantly calling back to the phone company and asking what are these hidden random charges for. Peace of mind, that's been my style for the past 10 plus years. Using the 16 Pro, I noticed a pattern. One, the 16 Pro got even bigger than what the 15 Pro was at, which was already an issue for me because I thought the 15 Pro was too big. Really, anything after the 11 Pro was already borderline too big for me. So now we crossed even that line. Pair that with the fact that I don't really do social media. I don't use TikTok, Instagram. I don't do anything besides this, which is YouTube, if you even want to consider that social media. The things that I was doing with my 16 Pro was phone calls, FaceTime, text messages, tap to pay, navigation, music streaming, and that was pretty much it. So I sold my 16 Pro and I invested into this, which is an iPhone 13 mini. The iPhone 13 mini has been basically the best phone I could have ever asked for, but it had one problem: the battery life. Now, of course, the battery life on the mini iPhones was never really all that great, but as a person who doesn't use their phones that much and constantly has it, for example, connected in my car to use navigation and radio and stuff like that, it's charging most of the time. So I don't need the best battery life for it. I don't use my phone to take all that many videos or pictures. That's what this camera is for. So I just need my phone to do basic things. I just needed the mini's battery life to be good, not great. Something that a lot of people don't know is that the older your device gets, specifically talking about iPhones here, not too sure how this works on any other manufacturers like Samsung, Google, not too sure how they operate, but I know for a fact with the iPhone, the worse your battery life health gets, the more your phone's performance throttles. For example, I couldn't keep more than one app open before the app would close if I'm doing something else. I took my 13 mini to the Apple Store. I have a full vlog of this whole experience. I took it to the Apple Store, replaced the battery, and that gave me 100% health. Having an iPhone 13 mini with 100% health basically felt identical to the 16 Pro minus ProMotion. So take away the fancy refresh rate of the screen, I was using my phones exactly the same. Keep in mind, I don't game, I don't do heavy video editing, I'm not editing raw photos. This phone, to my knowledge, don't even take raw photos. All I was doing was bare minimum stuff with my phone. I do all my YouTube watching, all my Netflix, Hulu, either on my MacBook or on the TV in my house. I never cared to watch full-length movies or binge watch things like Stranger Things on a smartphone. Even if it was a 6.5-inch screen, I didn't want to do that. Once the battery replacement was done, my iPhone ran perfectly. Apps were staying open longer in the background. I was able to actually multitask with it. On top of all of that, I was getting incredible battery life, even though I'm using one of the smallest battery iPhones ever made. Anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of screen on time consistently. But what about other stuff? The performance is great. All right, we understand Apple makes the software and the hardware. The phone runs fantastic. What about other aspects that you might want to upgrade to a newer phone for? Let's take the cameras, for example. The iPhone 13 mini is a pretty old device. We're 4 generations behind with it. What if I told you I did a photo test between my iPhone 17 I bought to review and the iPhone 13 mini, and there was basically no difference? It would be hard to believe, right? Well, if you go on my channel, I'll leave a link to this video at the end of this one, or something you could click on in the description. I did a side-by-side test. The photos are basically indistinguishable. You need to keep in mind that's for run and gun shooting in optimal lighting. If you're looking to get the best slow motion, if you're looking to get the greatest low light performance, yeah, the newer iPhones are probably going to do better, or a newer Samsung, a newer Pixel. In my opinion, a lot of this tech has plateaued a few years back. The iPhone 13 series had some of the best cameras, the best battery life, the best video, and the best speed ever released on a smartphone. It only makes sense that it's still holding up. The cameras are basically the same if you can't tell a difference. And of course, again, let me reiterate this. You're not taking 48 megapixel pictures with the 13 mini. Only has a 12 megapixel sensor, if I'm not mistaken. The newer phones have newer stuff that you get to take advantage of. The question you need to ask yourself is it worth almost $1,000 or more, depending on what phone you're getting, to have those features if the phone in your pocket is more than capable enough? It just might need to be fixed a bit, either by deleting everything, doing like a system restart, a system erase, or replacing the battery. By the way, there was a lot of news articles talking about this a few years back. I'm pretty sure Apple was either getting sued or got sued about this. Apple intentionally slows phones down with bad battery life. This is not a theory. This is not a myth. This is not a rumor. This is fact. So if you have an older phone and it's got around 80 to 85% battery health, you could check that yourself by going into your phone's settings, battery, and then it'll say battery health. You could check how much percent your battery is at. If your phone is running slow, feels sluggish, dropping battery life like crazy, the chances are replacing that battery for $89 will fix it and make it brand new again, instead of spending around or over $1,000 for a new phone. Somebody left a comment on my channel recently, and it's so true, and I laughed so hard from it. Somebody said something along the lines of, people are paying $1,000 for a phone, but act like it's the end of the world or something to pay $80 to get the phone fixed to replace the battery. That is so true, it's scary. If you want my advice, if you've been watching my channel for a little while, if you have an iPhone 12, 13, 14, you probably don't need a new phone. Ask yourself, why are you buying a new phone? Do you need that new zoom lens? Are your kids playing a sport and you're sitting on the bleachers and you gotta get a really zoomed in picture? Do you want the higher megapixel count? By the way, higher megapixel count doesn't really matter when it comes to social media, because no matter how good of a resolution you take your photo at, for example, Instagram compresses it really, really small. So again, that's something to think about. Usually the higher megapixel counts come in if you're like printing or if you're making a poster. Even then, though, I just watched a video recently of a professional photographer printing out the same photo at different megapixels. There's a lot to think about when making this decision. If you got a carrier deal, they're telling you to bring your old phone in and they're giving you a new phone for free. Read the contract, make sure it's true. If you're happy with that, go for it. I see no reason why not to. But if you're like me and you buy your phones unlocked, the economy is taking a toll on your life, kind of. Gas just hit $4 a gallon where I am. It was only $2.30 a few days ago. If you're like me and buy your stuff unlocked, you could probably get by with your current phone just fixing it up a little bit or replacing the battery. That's just my opinion. I presented my proof. I show you guys before and after comparison photos with the camera. Let me know what you think. Do you upgrade your phone no matter what? Do you have a special contract deal where you get a new iPhone every year? I've seen something like that online. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your guys' upgrade schedule is. Until Apple either makes another mini or this one just completely stops working or they drop support, probably just gonna be using this. It does everything I need it to do and still works with every single thing that I try to do with it. There's not something that doesn't work on this phone that only works on the new phones. It's actually crazy how good the smartphone tech got when the 13 series released.